It was a crisp October morning in 2024 when I stood on my porch, cradling a steaming mug of coffee, the kind that burns just right going down. The air smelled of dew and pine, and my 15-acre ranch in Willow Creek, Montana, stretched out before me rolling meadows, a weathered barn, and a pond that caught the sunrise like a mirror. I'm Jack Thompson, a retired Navy vet in my late 50s, and this land's been my sanctuary for a decade, ever since I lost my wife, Ellen. It's where I rebuilt myself, where my daughter, Sarah, now in college, comes home to mend fences and feed the goats. But that morning, as I sipped my coffee, I saw something that made my blood boil. A woman in a sharp blazer and heels, striding across my pasture like she owned every blade of grass, leading a couple who gawked at my barn as if it was a showroom model. She was hammering a for sale sign into my dirt. "Hey," I bellowed, my voice echoing off the hills. "Get off my land. This is private property." The woman, all polished smiles, gave me a dismissive wave, like I was some grumpy old rancher she could charm. She kept talking, pointing at my windmill, until I stormed down, coffee sloshing, my boots kicking up dust. When I reached them, the couple looked startled, but the realtor name was Vanessa Holt. I'd later learn smirked like I was a minor inconvenience. "This parcel's part of the Silver Pines HOA now," she said, cool as ice. "It's been annexed. I'm authorized to sell it." "Annexed?" "My ranch, paid off years ago. Free and clear?" I stared, dumbfounded, as she gestured to 3 more signs dotted my fence line, each screaming, "Available lot, Silver Pines Realty. Call Vanessa for a tour." I ripped her sign from the ground, my hands shaking. "You're trespassing, and I don't consent to this," I growled. Vanessa's smile didn't waver. "That's for the HOA board to decide, Mr. Thompson." As she sauntered off, my phone buzzed. A text from my neighbor, Mike, a former Marine who lives a half-mile down the road with his wife, Clara. "Jack, flyers circulating saying your ranch is part of Silver Pines expansion. You know about this?" My stomach dropped. This wasn't just a pushy realtor. This was a calculated move. Let me take you back to how it all began, before the signs, before the trespassers, before I ever heard of Silver Pines. I moved to Willow Creek after Ellen passed, needing the quiet to heal. The ranch was our dream, a place to raise Sarah, now 20 and studying in Bozeman. Mike and Clara, good folks, keep an eye out for me. For years, it was just me, the goats, and the open sky. Then, about a year ago, Silver Pines sprouted up a mile away, cookie-cutter mansions, identical lawns, and SUVs gleaming in every driveway. I didn't care much until their sidewalk ended right at my property line. Soon, I noticed dog walkers lingering by my fence, kids slipping through to pet my animals. I shrugged it off until someone left my gate open and my goats wandered onto the highway. I slapped up a no trespassing sign. It vanished overnight. Mike warned me. These HOA types think they own everything they see. He wasn't wrong. Flyers started appearing in my mailbox, advertising future ranch estates, with sketches of my barn in the background. I ignored them, thinking it was a mix-up. Then, one evening, I caught a man in a suit snapping photos along my fence, clipboard in hand. "HOA Planning Department," he said, claiming a permit to survey expansion lots. I demanded to see it. "The board approved it," he replied, dodging my question. I called the county the next morning. "No zoning changes," they said. My land was still mine. So why was the HOA acting like it wasn't? Things escalated fast. 3 women in realty jackets rolled up in an SUV, snapping pictures of my porch, my mailbox, even my old Ford truck. One chirped, "You want to trim those weeds before showings. Buyers love a clean look." I roared, "This ain't for sale." They laughed. Then I found Silver Pine's Instagram, flaunting luxury ranch levying with photos of my pond, my barn, my life. Mike and I scrolled through the post one night, his face grim. "Jack, this is theft. Lawyer up." Before I could, a couple wandered out of my barn one Saturday, brochure in hand. "It's better than the listing photos," the woman gushed. I demanded answers. Vanessa said the gate was open. The man stammered. "We're bidding on Lot 42C, Silver Pines Ranch Estates." I escorted them out, my voice shaking. That night, a sign was nailed to my gate. "Open house Sunday. Bring your boots." A QR code linked to a website pricing my ranch at $1.8 million, with Vanessa's name at the bottom. I tore it down, my rage boiling over. The next morning, I marched into Silver Pine's HOA office, demanding Vanessa. The receptionist stalled, but at noon, she strutted in, all confidence and sunglasses. "You must be Jack," she said like we were old pals. I laid into her, "You're stealing my land, posting my home online, selling what's mine." She didn't flinch. "Your property's in our expansion zone. You'll be compensated." I stepped closer. "I'm not selling. You're trespassing. Stay off my ranch, or I'm calling the sheriff." She handed me a cease and desist letter, accusing me of interfering with their business. I stormed out, only to find another open house on my land SUVs parked by my pond, strangers sipping water, one guy calling my windmill aesthetic. I dispersed them, shouting, "This is my home." Vanessa appeared, clipboard in hand, claiming a soft annexation gave her showing rights. She showed me a document with a forged signature mine, but not mine, sloppy enough to fool a stranger. "This is fraud," I snapped. She shrugged. "Take it to court." A buyer approached, confused. We were told the owner was gone. I set him straight, yanking another sign from the ground. Vanessa leaned in, her voice low. "This won't end how you think, Jack." That night, Mike and I pored over my deed, tax records, everything pro-VYing the ranch was mine. "They forged your name," he said. "That's a crime." I took the forged letter to Sheriff Tom Baxter, a no-nonsense man who'd known me for years. He shook his head. "This annexation nonsense is a legal gray area. But forgery? That's real. I'll open a case, but HOAs have deep pockets. This'll take time." I thought the sheriff's involvement might scare them off. I was wrong. 3 days later, my front gate solid oak I'd built myself was torn off its hinges. Tire tracks led to workers in neon vests staking my fence line for a Silver Pines trail. Their permit? Another forged signature. I chased them off, but the next morning, a bulldozer rumbled down my driveway, followed by a truck loaded with lumber and a sleek SUV with Silver Pines logo. Vanessa stepped out, unfazed. "Construction starts today for the Ranch Welcome Center," she said. "Your house will be replaced, but you'll get a payout." I blocked the bulldozer, warning the driver of trespass charges. Sheriff Baxter arrived, lights flashing, and shut it down. "No deed transfer, no sale," he told Vanessa. "This land's Jack's." She left, but her glare said this wasn't over. Sarah came home, furious after seeing my ranch listed online with a dream lot caption. She helped me nail up laminated "No Trespassing" signs and set up trail cameras. At 2 a.m., one caught 3 men in black jackets planting survey flags, marking my land like vultures circling. Sarah whispered, "They're planning something big, Dad." We called Lisa Grant, a journalist from the Montana Chronicle, known for exposing land scams. She saw the footage and forged papers. "This could be huge," she said, camping out at the ranch with hidden cameras and a drone. On the third night, we caught 2 men spray painting Silver Pines Phase 1, demolish on my barn, blueprints in hand. One said, "Vanessa wants it clear by Friday." Sarah's voice trembled. "They're going to destroy our home." I didn't sleep, my shotgun across my lap, the image of my barn marked for destruction seared into my mind. Lisa published a story. HOA accused of forgery and land theft in Veterans Ranch scandal. It went viral, but Vanessa sent another crew to cordon off my field with orange fencing. Mike waved my deed, shouting about a drone recording them. They fled. Then came a manila folder in my mailbox, no sender. Just a notice of a due on $92,000 lien for HOA dues I never owed. Sarah grabbed it. "They're trying to bankrupt us." Sheriff Baxter confirmed it was filed with a shady collections firm. "Get a lawyer," he urged. Lisa connected us with Emily Stone, a fierce property rights attorney who'd crushed HOAs before. Emily saw the EVY Denke and grinned. "This is a blatant land grab. We'll kill the lien and sue for trespass, forgery, and theft, but we need proof of intent." Mike had an idea. "I know a guy at the HOA clubhouse, ex-Navy, name's Greg Walsh. He's fed up with Vanessa." Greg leaked emails showing Vanessa's orders to ignore my ownership and pave my land. One read, "Once it's zoned, it's ours. The signature won't be checked." Emily called it a slam dunk. But then my drone alerted me to a dozen men with jackhammers and a cement mixer ready to level my barn. I blocked the barn door as Vanessa arrived with 2 suits. "We have a lien," she said. "Pay up, or the land's ours." Sarah live-streamed, yelling, "This is live to 1,000 viewers." Sheriff Baxter dispersed them, citing a state investigation. Greg delivered a bombshell. Clubhouse footage of Vanessa and an attorney, Richard Tate, plotting to bury me in fines or stage a barn accident. Lisa's article, "HOA Leader Plots Veterans Ruin," exploded online. Veterans groups, ranchers, even strangers rallied, building me a steel gate and more cameras. But then a black government car arrived. A man from the Bureau of Land Management handed me a federal notice. Silver Pines sought eminent domain, claiming my land for a public park. We had 72 hours to fight it. Greg got me into Vanessa's office. Behind a locked drawer code 0723, her cat's birthday, I found memos, a voice recorder, and a draft letter. Neutralized Jack Thompson. Vanessa's voice played. "Once he's broke, we'll bulldoze the barn. No one cares about one old man." Emily filed an injunction with every shred of EVY Denke. The next day, Vanessa was arrested for forgery and fraud, cuffed on live TV. The Bureau denied the eminent domain request, launching an HOA audit. That evening, I stood on my porch, Sarah beside me, the ranch quiet again. We didn't win alone, I told her. Mike, Emily, Lisa, Greg, and a community of strangers fought with us. But the next morning, I woke to a crash. My porch was smashed, a fence post driven through it, carved with one word, surrender. Emily's warning echoed. Desperate people do reckless things. What would you do if someone tried to steal your home, your memories, with forged papers and bulldozers? Would you fight like we did, or walk away? Should HOAs have the power to annex private land? And who's really behind Silver Pines' local greed, or something bigger? Comment below, tell us where you're from, hit like if you're with us, and subscribe to join the fight. This isn't just my story, it's a warning.